Today we're catching some sun and waves with Barbara, a QHS member whose life is as vibrant and refreshing as a seaside breeze. What currents brought her to the sunny shores of the quantum shift? Let's surf behind the scenes to see the waves she's been riding.
Hi everybody, my name is Barbara, founder of Total Wellness Playroom, and this is my prequel story for QHS. I am an author, a speaker, a podcast host, and by profession, I'm a total wellness trainer. I was born and raised in Montreal, Canada. So I'm fourth generation on my father's side, third generation on my mom's side. And our ancestors came, they were Vikings, and they came across into Scotland. So from there, it was like Scottish, Irish, Welsh, English, and then a little bit of German thrown into the mix on both sides. But I'm a baby boomer. So I was born in 1950, and I have two older sisters and one younger sister. And I think basically I had a happy childhood, although the dynamics of the family were kind of like daughters 1 and 3 and mom against daughters 2 and 4 and dad. And that was kind of the dynamics of the family. But basically, we were a happy, well-adjusted family. We had great memories of summer. My mom would have us all ready for when my dad came home from work. And while my dad was getting changed, she would load up the car and we would go for picnic dinners many, many, many times during the summer. And it was just always really great. But anyway, but my life kind of has had some ups and downs. Got married at 21. Have two grown sons who are now aged 51 and 46. And I thought I was going to be married forever. But that didn't happen. And got divorced at 41. And then I wondered if I would ever get married again, which I did. And then at 61, I was a widow. So that was kind of like, oh, yike, now what? And so, but that has been absolutely the changing point of my life and what I want to do with my life and how I'm going to live the rest of my life. And one of the things now is after David passed away, I realized that I had no idea of who I was outside of all the labels that I put on myself of being a daughter and being a wife and then being a mother and then being a divorced failure and then being a wife again and being a business owner. And now I'm a widow. Who is Barbara in all of that? And so that in itself has been a journey of self-growth, self-actualization, finding out who I was and what I wanted for the rest of my life. And so now I know I love it. I'm a total wellness trainer, and I work with late career business professionals who are facing retirement, and they're facing kind of the same things. They don't know who they are outside of their job title or their job description. Their health itself might be failing a little bit, or they're looking at paying for retirement and they're not quite sure how they're going to do it when they don't have the business income or the corporate income. So that's kind of that of my theme has now been a space odyssey. And it's that rebirth of that authentic me from the first seedling to now this is who I am. And that has brought me to my QHS story. My health has been up and down since I was a kid. And at 12, I was anemic, growing pains, so bad, the growing pains. And that's all they could tell me. They didn't know anything else back then of what to tell me it was. But I had a skating injury in my early teens. I was pulled straight off of a 4 to 5 foot snowbank on a skating rink, went flat down onto the ice. Well, that of course injured my back, and then got kicked by a horse at 19. So many falls, muscle weakness to the point where I would crawl up the stairs. Went to so many doctors, chiropractors, went for tests. No diagnosis. They had no idea what was wrong with me. And so today, and so that I lived that way. And then at 42, it was like, oh, brother, if I'm like this in my 40s, I'm not going to make it to 60s, because there were days where I crawled to the bathroom. My hips and knees were so painful, migraine, headaches, allergies, low blood pressure. I look back now and really, truly believe that I had a little bit of chronic fatigue syndrome. But what I did in my 40s was I turned to nutritional supplementation for answers, because the medical profession wasn't helping at all. And so that's when I really started going into the alternative medicine route. And within a year, most of my main symptoms were absolutely alleviated. And over the years, I have supplemented my diet. And now in my 70s, I feel better now in my 70s than I did in my 40s. And so I am so grateful for that. However, today my knees still bother me a little bit, not much. I occasionally have, my core muscles are a little weak. I do get leg cramps occasionally, but my sleep is disturbed. So those are the things that I'm looking for. And I wear a mouthpiece to keep me from snoring. So those are my little things that I'm looking for now, and I'm going to share more of those on my wish list. However, I'm on a mission now to make happiness the norm rather than the exception, because I believe that each and every one of us deserves to lead a happy, healthy, debt-free, and abundant life. And that's where QHS comes in, to fulfill my purpose, which is to serve God, to learn everything that I can about personal development, about wellness, and about helping people to finance their lives rather than living a life of quiet desperation. And so I just now teach people what I've learned, what I'm learning. And so my specialties really are identity and finances and wellness, but I'm totally on the upswing, and I am so grateful for it, and I am loving it. So they said for us to start at our wish list, to start at our bottoms to our toes. So I'll just share my wish list: to have no more foot and leg cramps, to strengthen my abdominal wall, to be able to physically stand up without pain in my knees, to release the last 20 stubborn pounds that I'm kind of carrying around. But I want to have younger looking skin, to tighten up my wrinkles and my flabby skin and the crepey looking skin, and to improve my eyes. I don't have to wear distance glasses anymore, but I do need to wear glasses for reading. So I'd like to have perfect vision. I'd also like to get married again, to celebrate 50 years of marriage. It's one of my goals. And so to live to be 140, to be in total health, total vibrancy, with a man who is also looking for those same things. So post-arc, my world is going to be a world of worship and prayer and serenity, kindness, joy, total wellness, total faith, to just all of us, the kumbaya kind of world that I just truly believe that we all deserve to have. So thank you so much for listening. I am so looking forward to my journey with QHS to get my new device. I am so looking forward to being a part of this for the rest of my life, to have the vibrancy, to have the health that God made for us to have. It says in the Word that Jesus came that we might have life and have it in abundance. And that's abundance in everything. So thank you very much for listening, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Join us on the Prequel, where every story matters and every voice is heard. Because here at QHS, we're all about healing, learning, and growing together.